The reimagined Potrero Yard would be the first known joint development in the nation to integrate an active bus facility with housing on site. This groundbreaking approach prioritizes a safe, equitable, and sustainable transportation system while also supporting the city's housing goals. The proposed housing for this project is subject to feasibility. A key consideration to meeting PNC's proposed housing concept is securing financing for housing prior to the new bus yard beginning operations. In addition to receiving pre-development funding from the Mayor's Office of Housing and Community Development, the PNC team is seeking other sources of funds that will be needed to finance the housing concept. Affordable housing funding sources include state financing, are highly competitive and limited. Additionally, current economic conditions have caused increased project costs through elevated costs of raw building materials, labor shortages, and increased borrowing costs. PNC's proposed housing is envisioned to support an intergenerational, healthy, mixed-income community that includes a variety of rental options for households earning up to 120% of the area median income, or also known as AMI. The updated proposed housing mix includes 247 units of affordable family housing and 218 units of workforce housing. Both affordable family and workforce housing is proposed to include a mix of studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. In order to maximize housing, there will be no resident parking on site. Examples of possible households earning up to 120% area median income include a single senior citizen on a fixed Social Security benefit totaling $1,200 per month, which is typically earning about 15% of AMI, or a family of 4 earning $62,000 per year, or approximately 40% AMI, or a muni operator with a school teacher partner together earning $130,000 per year, or approximately 120% AMI. The project will be built in phases. The bus yard is phase 1. Phase 2 would be housing. Originally envisioned as affordable senior housing, the Bryant Street housing has shifted to an all-family affordable housing design to better position it for competitive funding sources. This shift to all-family housing reduced the project's overall unit count from 513 to 465 units. With family housing, there are fewer units, but there are more larger 2 and 3 bedroom units, so the total bedroom count remains virtually the same. The final portion to be funded and built is housing above the podium. The podium housing is proposed to include up to 361 units of both affordable and workforce housing. The housing buildings on the western side of the podium and adjacent to the Bryant Street housing, highlighted here as letter A, is designated as affordable housing. To maximize the feasibility, this housing would utilize the infrastructure already built for the Bryant Street housing, such as the elevators and stairwells. The workforce housing, highlighted here as letter B, is on the eastern side of the podium. This housing would be dedicated to households earning between 80 to 120% of AMI. The SFMTA is currently working to create a leasing preference for frontline staff to rent workforce housing units. The following renderings show the various resident entrances on Bryant Street and Hampshire Street. A variety of amenities on the podium level are designed to leverage the new open space in the podium and to encourage all residents to enjoy community gathering opportunities. The podium level amenities are only accessible to Potrero Yard residents. Some of the proposed on-site podium level amenities include multiple community gardens and child and tot lots. They also include active recreation areas and shared community rooms. A transportation demand management, also known as a TDM study, is underway to analyze transportation options for residents. PNC is developing a TDM plan that considers both existing and new transportation resources for future Potrero Yard residents. The SFMTA is also developing a TDM plan for its employees. It is important to note that there will be no resident or public parking available on site. The area around the Potrero Yard site is transit rich, with multiple muni lines within a half mile, including the 9, 12, 14, 19, 22, 27, which stops near the housing entrance on Bryan Street, and the 33, 49, and 55. Additionally, BART lines are easily accessible to support regional transportation needs. The 16th Street Mission BART station is about a half-mile away, a 15-minute walk, or a 5-minute bike ride. Proposed new transportation resources include new signs to direct users to transportation options within a half-mile of the project, wider protected bike lanes on 17th Street with a 2-foot mountable curb on the south side to allow emergency vehicle access to Potrero Yard as needed, convenient Class 2 bike parking around the site, and Class 1 bike parking in Potrero Yard for long-term parking needs. New real-time display of nearby transit arrival times, improved sidewalks to encourage pedestrian use, including a new crosswalk on 17th Street and Hampshire Street, on-site car share options for short-term rentals, drop-off zones for ride-hailing services, and on-site amenities to reduce the need to travel, such as childcare services, laundry facilities, fitness equipment, and parcel delivery lockers for temporary storage of deliveries.